alaikum. Amar naam Ruhi Lauren Akhtar. Ami originally Bangladeshi from Sylhet and Amar Janmo hoyese England in the northeast of England, Newcastle upon Tyne. I trained and went to university to become a lower limb specialist, and I was working in the medical field as a lower limb specialist at the National Health Service, which is the medical service with the government in the UK. 10 years ago, I started volunteering and I founded an organization called Refugee Biryani and Bananas. It was inspired by supporting the people of Syria as they fled the Syrian war. We went on to support people in Gaza, in Sudan, in Kurdistan, Serbia, Bosnia, on the Greek islands where boats are still arriving from Turkey and people who are refugees still need support. I left my job with the National Health Service and decided to dedicate my life to humanitarian work full time. আমি বর্তমানে যে নৌকাতে আছি এই নৌকার নাম হলো Summertime Jong. Summertime Jong একটা observer vessel ও একটা mother boat. Observer vessel মানে আমরা আকিন human rights violations document করি আর observe করি, and mother boat মানে আমরার boater মাঝে আছে অনেক supplies, extra supplies, medical supplies, ventilator, তাকে অন্য কোনো নৌকায় যদি কোনো প্রবলেম হয় নাহলে অন্য কোনো পার্টিসিপেন্টের যদি কোনো প্রবলেম হয় আমরা সাহায্য করতে পারি. This means that we follow the vessels, the fleet of vessels on the global support flotilla, and we stay behind them to be able to support them. Now we sailed with them until just before the red zone and the critical zone. After this, when the interception started to happen, we decided to retreat. And this was because we have some participants from the steering committee of the Global Support Flotilla to Gaza on our boat who are at increased risk from the IOF, and therefore we did not want them to be detained and arrested. And we are sailing our way to Cyprus, which is one of the nearest ports countries with the humanitarian corridor, humanitarian maritime sea corridor that we can reach. Ami eta initiative join korছি the Global Support Flotilla to Gaza because one, একটা genocide or Gazar maze, Gazar মানুষের উপরে. Not to mention the generations and decades long of oppression and occupation that the people of Palestine have gone through. Not to mention that, once upon a time, Bangladesh also had its own struggles where we fought for our freedom, so we can relate in that way. And not to mention that whether it's a war zone or whether it's a poverty-stricken country, struggles are similar, and then it is our duty to support our fellow human beings, whether they're in Palestine, in Congo, in Sudan, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan. I'm here for the people of today and for the children of tomorrow, so that the children of tomorrow can also know that we fought for them when adversities were happening and when injustice was happening, and that we can hopefully influence the children of tomorrow to take a stand also. As a Bangladeshi female person, I would like to be able to inspire other British Bangladeshi, other British South Asian, other Bangladeshi, other South Asian women to also participate in humanitarian activities or such non-violent peaceful actions where we are standing in solidarity with those who are oppressed and fighting for them. I have been a part of the Global Support Flotilla for about 2 months now. Prior to this, I traveled to Cairo to join the global march to Gaza from Cairo. After that, I joined the Global Support Flotilla, which was organized by the same people. And for the last month, I have been first in Tunisia, where we had a week of training for the flotilla. And after that, I joined the flotilla. And from Tunisia, we sailed to Catania in Italy. And from Italy onwards, we sailed towards Gaza to join the rest of the fleet on the Global Support Flotilla to Gaza. Ami ekhon porjonto Summertime Jong boater উপরে আছি, and this means that we are still at risk on our mission. The Israeli occupation forces can still intercept us at any point. They can still detain us. The Global Support Flotilla has come under attack from drones to chemicals being dropped to bombs being dropped, and it means that our physical being is at risk. But regardless of still, we are still steadfast to continue to fight for the people of Palestine and to continue to advocate for their freedom and to break the siege, to deliver humanitarian aid and to open a humanitarian corridor. The Global Sumud Flotilla maze participate kora challenges আছে অনেক চ্যালেঞ্জেস আছে একটু আমার আম্মা আব্বা আমার ফ্যামিলিতে খোয়াত গেলে একটু প্রবলেম হয়েছে কারণ তারা কি সেফটি সম্বন্ধে একটু বেশি একটু চিন্তা করেন বাট তারা also জানেন যে আমি 10 বছর ধরে humanitarian work করাম from different countries from Ukraine war zone to Greece where the refugees are arriving to Kurdistan and many different war zones, crisis zones, and therefore they are accepting, alhamdulillah, as long as we are safe as possible. Other adversities or challenges were to try and hand over some of the humanitarian work that we're doing to other team members. Otherwise, like traveling on a boat itself is challenging. It's the first time that I've traveled on a boat for this long, from seasickness to turbulence. Those are all challenges, to working with a new team that you don't know so well, to being aware of the risks. Although we are an observer boat, we are still at risk of being intercepted by the IOF anywhere in international waters, and we know that we can be detained and arrested. But despite all of this, আমরা এখানে আইছি Palestinian মানুষের লাগি, আর যতদিন পর্যন্ত Palestine free হইছে না, গাজার মানুষ free নাই, আমরা continue করমু with freedom flotillas to other actions, non-violent, peaceful actions, until they are free and there is justice. My message and statement to everybody is that we should all do something. The people of Gaza and the people of Palestine cannot wait any longer. Remember that this could have been happening to me or you. The people of Palestine and Gaza are just like our brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, sons, daughters. And we must act today. Do whatever you can. Raise awareness, share posts, go on any demonstrations or protests, join the flotilla, join other actions where you do not have to be away from home for so long, because I know that everybody has different commitments. Write to your MPs, write to your politicians that they must support the people of Palestine and that they must support the end of this genocide and this Israeli occupation for the people of Palestine. We have another brother joining the Global Sumud Flotilla with hundreds of others. There are other boats joining. Please support our journeys. Please support my journey on the Global Sumud Flotilla. Please support anybody else who's on the journey of the flotillas to Gaza, whether they're from Bangladesh or not. We are at risk, so be ready to campaign and request our release from the politicians and to request a safe passage that we may deliver the aid and break the siege.